What's going on, everyone? It's Nina Infinity. Welcome to my channel on this Saturday night, this very late Saturday night, or I should say Sunday morning, because it's basically 2 a.m. over here on Saturday night, aka Sunday morning. I just got home from a very late night and I hadn't checked Twitter pretty much all day because I've been, trying to spend time my day off, not in the Twitterverse, not in the Twitter internet world, Twitter, whatever. Trying to take some time off. But then, you come home and you check Twitter and then you're like, oh, Twitter files dropped. What's this all about? I could see it's a very large thread. Surprisingly, not by Matt Taibbi, whatever that guy's name is, or that other lady, which I also forget the name of, because as if you don't know by now on my channel, I'm bad with names and I forget everybody's name. So I'm sorry if I don't if I don't remember people's names correctly. But yeah, that's what's going on. What's going on, CAC? Everybody, hello, Sympology. Hi, you guys. Good to see you in the chat. Smash the like, share the stream, tell everyone what's going on here. I don't know how long I'll stay live, but I figured I just, I'll go live and I'll read and react to the Twitter files that are being released, the part 4, because, I've already read part 1, 2, 3, and they've all been kind of crazy. At times they were, just kind of juicy, at times not so much, but also kind of very juicy. So you're like, oh, well, what's going to happen next? So it's kind of like, it is what it is. It's very interesting. I feel like a lot of people are being vindicated. A lot of conspiracy theorist people are being vindicated. So that's always nice to see. Hello, NVIDIA. Good to see you. What's going on, Tony? Good to see you guys. So it's just really interesting to me as an outside observer, especially because I'm a Canadian expat living in Mexico. So American politics are just interesting to me in general. I'm not really invested because I'm not American. But I'm a very worldly person. I like to keep updated to current events, especially when it comes to American news, because let's face it, American politics does affect us all in one way or another, whether we like to believe it or not. Wherever you live in the world, somehow you are going to be affected by American policies, politics, all that stuff. Somehow we're all affected. So in this case, I think this is really fascinating stuff. And I think I always love to see the truth persevere in some ways. Like I really love, I'm a truth seeker by nature. So I think that one of the things that fascinates me the most is the fact of seeing the truth come to light, in whatever form that may be. I think it's like things are obviously very complicated, not so complicated here, because I think a lot of us kind of knew what was going on. I mean, if you have eyes and kind of two neurons firing in the back of your head, like, or in your brain, you probably could tell that Twitter censors people. Twitter had an agenda. Twitter was working with triple letter agencies. You could probably kind of see those things, even if it's not being spelled out for you. Well, now it's being spelled out. And I think that that's the most fascinating part. And it's really fascinating to see kind of like the reeing and the coping and the excuses, like, this is the excuse for this is the excuse for that. Some of the exchanges I've even seen between Elon Musk and Jack Dorsey has been fascinating, because I don't know if you guys have been following it. I'm under the guise of, like, I don't think Jack Dorsey was this kind of like naive, stupid guy that didn't know what was going on. I think he knew very well what was going on. And at first, like, Matt Taibbi was kind of like just kind of skating through, like, Jack Dorsey didn't really know anything, and it just kind of felt a little sketch. Like, it felt like Elon didn't want to like throw his friend under the bus or something. But then things started to come out more, like, oh, maybe he did know things. And then, part 3, it showed that he did directly know things. Um, and then there was like a very weird exchange that Elon Musk had, I think today, on Twitter with Jack, that was also very fascinating. Somebody tweeted that out. Let me see who it was. I was actually Cat Turd. Cat Turd tweeted out this thing. I don't even know what thread this is. This is how I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm gonna be a little bit underprepared because I was not thinking about going live tonight. But this is what I'm talking about. Like, he says, love the difference between liar and someone being honest. And then this is the thread saying, Elon saying it is a crime that they refuse to take action on child exploitation for years. Jack says this is false. Elon comes back, if no, it's not, when Ella Erwin, who now runs Trust and Safety, joined Twitter earlier this year. Almost no one was working on child safety. She raised this with Ned and Parag, but they rejected her staffing request. I made it top priority immediately. And then Elon Musk comes back with following up. And at the time, Ned was spending millions of dollars on warrior seats, super messed up priorities. And then just this brief exchange kind of shows you how much of a dubious fuck Jack Dorsey is. But also it kind of shows you like where Elon Musk is heading with everything. And from other people, like Twitter people that I follow, like Eliza Blue, who have been reporting on child exploitation and things like that, they've already kind of noticed an incredible difference in how Twitter handles child safety and the whole CP issue on Twitter, and apparently how much of a vast difference has been since Elon Musk took over. So with all that said, that was like kind of the preface. Let's get to the nitty gritty. Let's get to the thread. Let's see what happened. All right. This happened obviously several hours ago, so I'm guessing you guys have read it already. I'm just very excited to be able to read this now. So let's see what's going on. This is gonna be amazing. 69 parts. That's great. Gotta love that. Gotta love that number. All right, here we go. Twitter Files Part 4. So this one's got by a guy named Michael Schellenberger. I don't know who you are. Let me see. Pro-civilization and time hero of environment, best-selling author of Apocalypse Never and San Francisco. Green Book Award, MD, my initials, not a doc. Okay. All right. Okay, here we go. Some very interesting people here. What's going on, Mephisto? Everybody, what's going on? Good to see you, everybody. Please smash the like. And all right, here we go. I gotta get that page that everybody has that they go through. I forget what the page is. Oh, well, whatever. We're just gonna go through it with Twitter. We'll digress there. All right, Twitter Files, Part 4. The removal of Donald Trump, January 7th. As the pressure builds, Twitter executives build the case for a permanent ban. On January 7th, senior Twitter execs create justification to ban Trump, seek a change of policy for Trump alone, distinct from other political leaders, express no concern for the free speech or democracy implications of a ban. This Twitter Files is a report with Iwood House. Cool. Okay. He's a journalist and documentary filmmaker. For those catching up, please see Part 1, where Matt Taibbi documents how senior Twitter executives violated their own policy to prevent the spread of accurate information about Hunter Biden's laptop. Part 2, where Barry Wise shows how senior Twitter execs created secret blacklists to de-amplify disfavored Twitter users, not just specific tweets. And part 3, where Matt Taibbi documents how senior Twitter execs censored tweets by Trump in the run up to the November 2020 elections, while regularly engaging with representatives of U.S. government law enforcement agencies, aka the 3-letter people. Hey, Lila, what's going on? You want to come in? I will send you the link. Let me get you that. Let me get you that link, girl. Yeah. All right. I just sent you it. If you want to come hang out with me while I read this. This is very interesting stuff. Ooh, here's Lila. Here we go. Hey, girl. What's up?
Hey, look at my new scarf.
I'm
Cute.
so
excited.
It's so Christmassy. I love it.
Scarf. I'm Little Red Riding Hood.
Oh, yay.
And it says my name on it.
It does. Oh, let's see it.
Look how cute. This is from Brittany.
Oh my God, that's adorable. I saw you guys' picture tonight. You went karaokeing. That was fun.
It was so fun. I'm just so excited because I watched this video where this woman was talking about how like keeping the back of your neck warm is important so you don't get sick. So I was like, I need a scarf. And now I have one.
Oh my God, girl. I was obsessed with scarves in Canada. Like,
were you a scarf girl?
Oh yeah, scarves and hats and stuff like that. It's like part of life when you're.
I mean, look at us. You're in a hat. I'm in a scarf. We're like the holiday season.
That's the one thing that I miss about like cold weather is like the winter gear. Like I like love scarves and boots and like all that kind of stuff. So I'm like, oh, like, but part of me misses that, but at the same time, I'm like, I have the sun, so I really can't.
Girl, the sun is great. I do miss the California weather. We have 4 seasons here in Texas, so I had to get used to being in the cold after living in LA for 10 years. I was not prepared. I am more prepared this winter, but last winter, oh my gosh, it was awful.
Yeah. I mean, LA can get cold too, but like it's weird cold in LA because of the desert. But it's just like, it's just weird.
But it's not like freezing cold where you need like a actual sumo jacket.
Yeah.
Stay warm. You're fighting for your life.
I feel you, dude. Canada. Okay. Have you read all of this?
No.
You haven't? Okay, great. So then you're in the right place because I'm going to be reading all of this.
Yes.
All right. Hopefully my voice will last through it all, but okay. Everybody, please smash the like. Here we go. We're going into this. All right. So, like the first couple parts, I don't know if you heard me or not, Lila. He's just saying like, what part 1 through 3 was about. Okay. For years, Twitter has resisted calls to ban Trump. Really? Blocking a world leader from Twitter, it wrote in 2018, would hide important info and hamper necessary discussions around their words and actions. And he cites this Twitter post here. Let's go to it. Wait, did it go to it? Okay, great. Blocking a world leader from Twitter or removing their controversial tweets would hide important information people should be able to see and debate. It would also not silence that leader, but it would certainly hamper necessary discussions around their words and actions. Wow, that is very interesting considering what happened. Wow. This is like very interesting stuff already. Okay. After that, but after the events of January 6th, shocking, the internal and external pressure on Twitter CEO Jack grows. Former First Lady Michelle Obama, aka Michael Obama, tech journalist at Karza Wisher? Swisher?
Swisher, like a Swisher Sweet.
Oh, okay. Mother of 4 dragons. Okay, whatever. ADL. Fuck off, ADL. High tech VC and Chris Scott and many others publicly called on Twitter to permanently ban Trump. And then they've put these tweets here. You've got blood on your hands, Jack and Zuck. What? Zuck? Like Zuckerberg?
Yeah.
For 4 years, you've rationalized this terror, inciting violent treason, and not a free speech exercise. If you work at those companies, it's on you to shut it down. I'm not reading all of this, but this is from Michelle Obama. We'll just read the highlights. Now is the time for Silicon. Wait, I should pretend to be her. Now is the time for Silicon Valley. That's my man voice. That's not working. Okay. Now is the time for Silicon Valley companies to stop enabling this monstrous behavior and go even further than they have already by permanently banning this man from their platforms and putting in place policies to prevent technology from being used by nations' leaders to fuel insurrection. Dun, dun, dun. How original. God, Michelle Obama. So, like, insurrection. Okay. So, a bunch of bullshit. All right. What's this thing? The fuck? It's time for social media platforms to permanently ban Trump. All right.
Oh, wow. That's a monster.
Is that supposed to be Donald Trump?
Yeah.
What is that?
It looks like a worm.
Oh my God. We've seen the Kraken and it's Trump. This is a real headline, people.
Oh, it's amazing.
This is what you're fighting against. This is what your country's been fighting against. This is insane. Aww. Isn't that so sweet? I love it. Oh my God. Okay, what's this one? Jonathan Greenbald. 2 bare minimum tweets after the Capitol has been stormed by extremists. It's too little, too late.
I'm grabbing my water 1 second.
Okay, no worries. Jack, it's overdue to suspend real Donald Trump until his account stops promoting disinformation and inciting violence. And then there's the ADL. Fuck the ADL. They can fuck right off. After all that stuff that came out with Amber Turd and like the ADL, like no way, like they're a shit organization. They can fuck right off. Okay, here we go. Dorsey was on vacation in French Polynesia the week of January 4 to 8. How? Must be nice. Must be so nice, Jack. 2021. He phoned into meetings, but also delegated much of the handling of the situation to senior execs. Must be nice, Jack, to be the CEO of the world's biggest company where you have people like Michelle Obama hitting you up being like, you need to ban the president. And this dude's like, I'm going to take a fucking vacation to the French, Polynesia. Why don't you guys just hit me up if there's a meeting that I need to show up to? And then like, whatever, I'll just delegate. Twitter global head of trust and safety, Vijay, or Vijaya, or whatever her name is.
Yeah, Vijaya.
Head of legal policy and trust. This bitch, this chick and the other guy that was basically all over the second part, Roe something. I forget his name already. They're like, they think they just own the whole goddamn place. They made so many weird decisions. And it was pretty freaking bad. As context, it's important to understand that Twitter staff and senior execs were overwhelmingly progressive. Really? You don't say. You don't say. In 2018, 2020, and 2022, 96, 98, and 99% of Twitter's staff's political donations went to Democrats. You don't say. Yeah, we already knew this from the Matt Taibbi thing. He's citing the donations. In 2017, Roth tweeted, this guy, Roth, that's the guy I was talking about. In 2017, Roth tweeted out that there were actual Nazis in the White House. In April 2022, Roth told a colleague that his goal is to drive change in the world, which is why he decided not to become an academic. He wrote, Yes, that person in the pink hat is clearly a bigger threat to your brand of feminism than actual Nazis in the White House. Also, your Roth. Yeah, academia is by far the most abusive working environment I've ever been in. The entire system is exploitative in a ton of ways and also not necessarily productive if your goal is to drive change in the world, which is the main reason I left. What, like not enough CRT for you? Like, what? DL, thank you for the $1.99 saying good morning, ladies. Thank you. Good morning to you. Okay. This guy, like, not enough CRT and like grooming going on in academia for me, so I'm leaving. Going to better, greener pastures where I can groom more kids. And Twitter. That's where I'm going. Y'all Roth. Oh my god. All right. This guy's not even numbering like his situations. So am I gonna be like totally lost at some point? Oh no. On January 7th, Jack emails employees saying Twitter needs to remain consistent in its policies, including the right of users to return to Twitter after a temporary suspension. After Roth reassures an employee that people who care about this aren't happy with where we are. Uh-oh. Let's see. So Yoel Roth is saying Jack's emails been fine, but ultimately I think people want to hear from Vijaya or Dell or someone closer to the specifics of this who can reassure them that people who care about this are thinking deeply about these problems and aren't happy where they are. A few engineers have reached out to me directly about it, and I'm chatting with them, but it's so clear they want to know that someone is doing something about this, and it's not what we're ignoring is the issue here. What the fuck are they talking about? I'm confused.
I'm confused too, girl. I don't know what these files are dropping. It's okay. You know what's interesting about these Twitter file drops? It's like it's stuff that I feel like everybody has been awake has already known.
Yeah.
And then the people who already like fell for a bunch of this propaganda probably wouldn't even care. Because they're so deeply like have absorbed all this. Like the fact that nobody cares about Hunter Biden's laptop, they really don't care. Feels like they just don't care. And now it's it's been proven that that's real, and then they're just like whatever. Because I feel like the brainwashing just went so deep. Like the fact that these Twitter people had so much control for so long, and they were able to silence so many people, get so many people off the platform. It's wild.
But that's a really interesting point, and I was just kind of like I was having a debate like this with my Mexican friends actually because I was like, have you guys seen what the hell's going on Twitter? And they don't care because they're like, who cares? Like it's Mexican or like it's American politics. We don't really give a fuck. But like, I was having this discussion. And they were like saying like the same thing as you, like apathy set in, or like, nobody really cares, or whatever, what have you, right? And you're right, because I think the same thing in the sense that like, a lot of us already knew this stuff. Like if you had two neurons in your brain, you knew that the Hunter Biden laptop was suppressed. You knew that elections were fucked up, and you knew that Twitter was banning people based on political fucking leanings. Like it's just like you already knew these things.
I mean, and also we have the list of all the people who went to Epstein's Island, and the fact that I want to see a Twitter file drop of that.
I know. I want to see a lot of Twitter files dropped on a lot of things. But what I was getting at though is what I find interesting and fascinating is like I'm always for the truth. So I feel like even if there's a lot of people that are like what you're saying, like kind of apathetic or like, well, whatever, or they're kind of like really buried into that narrative and there's no escaping the narrative. So they're kind of stuck anyway. So they don't care about what's happening. I think that there's still like the middle ground people where there's like, first of all, the centrists that are kind of like, or like they don't really know where to lean, and they're kind of like, maybe they weren't quite convinced that election funny business happened when Trump was screaming about it. And now they're kind of like, hey, wait a minute here, or that they're like, well, like now you can't really deny it. Like now you're like, okay, there's a point where you can have plausible deniability, right? Like you can be like, well, like it's possible, but it's also possible that Donald Trump is just crying because he lost or whatever, or like the Republicans are crying because they lost. You can make the case, or you can make that argument when you don't have any evidence or you don't have anything like this kind of stuff, like people, like very legitimate people dropping this kind of stuff. But now, like, you can't really hide away. Like everything else that you can say is like it's basically a cope, because now it's like these things are coming to light. It's coming to light that
Yes.
they're
Which is
dealing
great.
with the FBI, like that they were dealing with these agencies, and they're being told what to do, and they're being told what accounts to ban or not. So I can see how some centrists might start picking sides. Like they might be like, hey man, like I didn't know it was this fucked up. Like, you know what I mean? Like maybe they'll start being like, oh, well, maybe the Republicans had a point, or I don't know. And then I don't know. Like once you get that vote, maybe things will start to change. I don't know. It's one of those things where like is this kind of like, are we seeing the development of the butterfly effect, where you can't really tell what's going to happen, but something might
I
from
think
this?
I think what's going to happen is there's those who are going to just kind of want to focus more on like their family and kind of creating their kind of getting away from all of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Even like with the Balenciagas, this stuff, like, right? I was telling Brittany, I'm like, the fact that people should just make their own clothes. I want to learn how to sew. I want to learn how
Mm-hmm.
to crochet. Like this kind of stuff is making me feel like there's a reason why we say small government, not big government. Because now
Mm-hmm.
it's just all this political stuff. It's like all of it's rigged. It's even this. It's like it seems kind of. It's great that it's being dropped, but in a way, it's almost like, yes, it's good to have this truth out there. Absolutely, like more and more truth will be exposed, but it's just very sad the timing of it, in the sense of we would have been able to wake up a lot more people had it come out sooner. Now I just feel like, it's like people's brains are like hardened like cement, and they're just kind of stuck. You can't even. I think it's like the people who went along with the mandates and the people who didn't. Like that's where we're really kind of where the division is, and it's kind of hard to.
But Lila, even with that, like a lot of people were kind of like are becoming red pilled to the media because of what happened with the
Yeah,
mandates. That's
yeah,
what I'm talking about. It's like there's certain things that are happening where like you really can't see, like, because you're awake to it. So like obviously it's not gonna matter to you, Lila, because you're awake to it. But
yeah,
certain things red pill other people. And like, then when they wake up, it's like you don't know what could happen from that. You know what I mean? And that's what I
yeah.
mean by the butterfly effect, because you really don't know where this can lead in the long run. I mean, yeah, it's very possible nothing could happen, but I mean, it's also
Oh,
very
girl,
possible stuff will happen from this.
stuff is gonna happen. Stuff is happening. The world is waking up to things. There's a bigger plan. We're in a spiritual warfare. There's a bigger plan to all
Yeah.
of it.
And I
So
mean, like what I want to see next is like after these Twitter files, let's say drop, is are we going to see any consequences for some of these people? Like let's say for example, right? Like Jack Dorsey, he lied. He lied under oath. He lied to Congress. Like is there going to be some repercussions about that? Like, are they going to actually charge him with lying under oath? Like, those are the things that are going to matter, in the long run. Like, oh, like if that happened, that'll be unprecedented. You'll be like, okay, that's like the first guy that they're throwing under the bus. And then who knows where it goes from there? Maybe Fauci is next, like I don't know, but there's some people that seem to be heading for like that, dropping under the bus thing. And I'm here for it, man. Like, I'm like, hell, all these motherfuckers need to go. So whatever.
yeah, I think it's gonna be great. I feel like 2023 is gonna be full of surprises. I feel like some tides might be changing. I'm excited for it. I think this is a great start. These, These Twitter files and all this drama is great. And
it is exciting.
I think there's going to be a lot of I told you so moments. And I think a lot of people who've been awake for a long time are going to get their kind of, I can't even think of the word. They're going to get their redemption, for, it's kind of getting to the point now too, where it's like, you don't even have to say, I told you so.
It's very validating. It's very validating.
It's great.
NVIDIA for $2 has base Nina streaming when I can't sleep. Hi, Lila.
Hi, thanks.
See, and that's the thing. Like, a lot of people think that no one's going to face any repercussions. And, like, I'm just saying stranger things have happened. I don't think anyone ever thought, let's say, when they dragged out Mussolini, when they did and what they did to him, I don't think anyone ever saw that coming. And then it happened, and then you're like, oh, that's one for the books. I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen now, but it only happens once and then it's in history. You're like, okay, shit, like, it didn't see that coming. I mean, like, yeah, no one's going to face repercussions. Sure. Like that's one way to look at it. But I also never thought that Elon Musk would buy Twitter and then start dropping this. So, stuff you never thought would happen start happening. And then you're like, oh, like, what shows what I know. All right. So then this thing goes on. I think there's also the opportunity to help people understand that while it seems obvious and simple that we should permaban his personal account, we can't afford to take that immediate action without first playing the movie out. Oh my God. And anticipating all the other things that can happen, and then figure out the plans for those possible scenarios. Example of we suspend a personal account, that he posts the same thing on an official government account. Do we suspend that too? People can be forgiven for not thinking beyond the thing that's immediately in front of them. But Jack, Vijaya, and Dell, you don't have the luxury of just pulling the trigger without thinking things through. We tell them repeatedly that people are on it, and people are working on it, and they're scratching their heads wondering, how hard can it be to decide if this single account is in violation? And it's so funny because when I read this reads like such a person with a God complex wrote that. Like, it's like they think that they literally think they're like, above everybody, and like they have like this like God complex, like, we know what's best. And these were the people in full power. Let me give this guy a follow. Around 11:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Roth DMs said colleagues with news that he is excited to share. Guess what? He writes, Jack just approved repeat offender for civic integrity. Oh my God. The new approach would create a system where 5 violation strikes would result in a permanent suspension. Guess what? Jack just approved repeat offender for civic integrity. Directional approach would be something like labels which are severe enough to result in dislabeled engagements incur strikes. Strike 1, label only strike 2, label only strike 3, label plus 12 hours timeout. Strike 4, label plus 7-day timeout. Strike 5, perma suspension. Wait, is that what your husband got?
He's permanently suspended.
But
we didn't even get any of those.
You didn't get any of these, though.
No. What happened was he shared the link to American History of Voter Fraud, but it was the InfoWars link.
Mm-hmm.
It was that. And immediately, within like not even 20 minutes, his account was completely just banned and suspended. And then he wasn't even allowed he didn't even get like an email to tell him what had happened. And then when he did receive something. It said it was for civic integrity.
This is it.
Yep.
Ooh.
Civic integrity for a movie that is still up on my YouTube channel.
You guys were part of this. This is crazy, Lila. You guys were part of this like fucking civic integrity shit that they rolled out. It's fucking insane. You need to freaking like start adding Elon Musk. my Jewish husband was a victim of your civic integrity bullshit under your Roth. Please let my husband be free.
This is, it's so the one thing I hate the most though about when you about these Twitter suspensions and is when people are like, oh, well, Twitter's a private company. It can do what it wants and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, let's be real here. Everybody uses the internet. We're all constantly online. So when your account gets taken away, that does affect your career, affects your work, it affects your reach and to be able to communicate with people, like your thoughts and ideas. And then certain people get to monopolize on thoughts, right? While your stuff is being completely censored. So it sucks. It's lame. It's honestly in a dream world. Sometimes I'm like, wouldn't it be great if the internet was just kaput and you had to start from scratch?
I know. I mean, I've thought about that too sometimes. I'm like, it's such a double-edged sword. I love the internet, but at the same time, I'm like,
I just
would be
wish
a lot simpler without it.
I just wish the thing that I hate about it though the most, especially with content creation, is you think about the algorithm, how much of the content that you make is content you want to actually make, or is it content based on what the algorithm is teaching you will do well?
Yeah.
Think about how it started first. It would be I remember when I first got Instagram, it's oh, I'm going to post at this time because I know at 2 p.m. On a Wednesday, it'll get more engagement, right? So maybe I'm not going to post that picture on Monday. I'll wait till Tuesday. So it's is that really me wanting to do that? Or am I doing that based on what this algorithm is
teaching? I do everything literally the opposite of what you're supposed to do.
Well, that's
I don't even care. I'm whatever.
But I'm just saying, in general, how many people have been just trained like that?
You're totally right. Yeah, you're totally right. I know a lot of people who do that.
And then think about how YouTube started as just everyday people being able to make videos. Now CNN has a YouTube channel.
I know.
All these news networks have a YouTube channel. Things that were on TV have YouTube channels, and it's become so commercialized. And
I think what makes me laugh the most though is when you see mainstream news people talk about YouTubers and it's this alien concept to them, and they're like we saw this thing on YouTube. It's this thing on YouTube, and they're like the way they talk about it is so fucking weird, envious, but also just they think they're they think they're still the bee's knees or whatever, but it's just they don't understand that they're the thing of the past, or they're becoming extinct, basically, legacy media.
I don't even have a TV in my house.
I don't either. We talked about this. I don't have a TV either. That's who fucking needs a TV anymore? Isabella, thank you for the toonies. Says Romania killed mom and dad Gov, hung them in 1960. What?
Wow.
Crazy. Okay. Next. Progress, exclaims a member of Roth's trust and safety team. The exchange between Roth and his colleagues makes clear that they had been pushing Jack for greater restrictions on speech Twitter allows around elections. The colleagues wanted to know if the decision means Trump can finally be banned. The person asks, does the incitement to violence aspect change that calculus? Roth says it doesn't. Trump continues to just have his own his one strike remaining. And this is the thing. Progress is this effect, blah, blah, blah. Or does this incitement to violence, blah, blah, blah. Trump continues to have just this one strike. This is for everything else. Okay. Man, they really fucking hated that guy. I wonder what Trump thinks when he's reading this. I would love to be a fly on the wall just to get his reaction when he's reading the Twitter files, That's freaking nuts.
I just feel once they took Trump off and there wasn't and then people just accepted that, it's we all were really they took the president down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but then they left the president of Elon. That's fucking crazy to me, man. Like, you guys got like the America's enemies have a Twitter account, but the president of the United States gets fucking shafted. It's just nuts. It also like it's also the same thing with like I was watching Graham Hancock's the I don't know if you've seen that or not, but the new documentaries on Netflix, Ancient Apocalypse. Have you seen that? Oh my god, it's so freaking good. I know it's totally unrelated, but it's also kind of very funny because he goes into like these different kind of like ancient structures and stuff like that, and he's doing research for his documentary, right? And he goes into Turkey, like one of the crazy monuments in Turkey, and he says like in Turkey, like no one's ever been here allowed to film until now. Like they let me in and they let me film it, right? Then he goes to fucking Ohio to Serpent Mound. And they didn't let him go in. They were like they stopped him from going in there because they're like, your theories on what this is doesn't vibe with ours, so we're not gonna let you come in here and film. And I was like, this motherfucker went to Turkey and they let him in. Like, Turkey is like it's pretty crazy government over there. And they didn't let him in the United States. That says a lot about where you guys are mentality-wise and about how, like, certain people can get in and certain people not so much. I think that's, like, it's just fascinating to me. It's the same thing here on Twitter. It's clown world shit. It really is. It's really crazy. Okay, here we go. Roth's colleagues' query about the incitement to violence heavily foreshadows what will happen the following day. On January 8th, Twitter announces a permaban for Trump due to the risk of further incitement of violence, which he never did.
I know.
Like, that's hilarious. Permanent suspension of real Donald Trump. After close review of recent tweets from risk of further incitement of violence, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we all know this. All right. We know the tale. We know how it went. On January 8th, Twitter says the ban is based on specifically how Trump's tweets are being received and interpreted. It has nothing to do with what he's actually writing. It has to do with how people are perceiving it and interpreting it. Oh, shit. Pfizer is trending.
That's great.
I wonder what's happening there. I'm very interested to like just boop click on this, but no, we're on the Twitter files. I'm going to read this. But in 2019, Twitter said it did not attempt to determine all potential interpretations of the content and or its intent. By the way, if I was to click on this, what's so crazy is Twitter is actually like more free now than YouTube. So like we may like end up like seeing things in here that I could be banned from on YouTube. But on Twitter, it's fine now.
That's what's so confusing of all this.
Sorry, what was that?
That's what makes it so confusing.
I know. It's so crazy.
The rules are always changing.
For every platform. But see, that's the funny part. Is that for a while, like the big three were like on the same page, like, Twitter, Facebook, and Insta, which it's just kind of Facebook, but they were all on the same page. They were like, okay, we're going to ban this. We're going to ban this, like the COVID stuff, the election stuff, the Ukraine stuff. They were like on certain things, they were on the same page. And I think that was really fascinating. DL says for $1.99, Elon, free Eric Abinante.
Yes. Free my Jewish husband.
Everybody, we need to like retweet this out more and more at Elon and say that he was a victim of, what was it? This thing.
Civic integrity.
That civic integrity shit.
Yeah.
A victim of civic integrity for his documentary on election fraud. Hey, it's 201 Watt Studios. Hey, Nina, glad you're back. Lila, love your smile. Doesn't she have the best smile? She's so pretty.
Thanks, y'all.
Thanks, 200 Watt Studios. That was just for you, 200 Watt Studios. Okay. Okay, wait, what was this? But in 20, okay. Wait, no. Okay, go back. There. But in 2019, Twitter said it did not attempt to determine all potential interpretations of the content or in its intent. After close review of the recent tweets by the real Donald Trump account and the context around them, specifically how they are being received and interpreted on and off Twitter, we permanently suspended, blah, blah, blah. We focus on the language and reported tweets and do not attempt to determine all the potential interpretations of the content or its intent. That's kind of fucked up. All right. The only serious concern we found expressed within Twitter over the implications of free speech and democracy of banning Trump came from a junior person in the organization. It was tucked away in a lower level Slack channel known as Site Integrity Auto. This might be an unpopular opinion. Oh, I could see this guy being like, this might be an unpopular opinion, but what? This is one freaking poor guy that actually cares about free speech. But one-off ad hoc decisions like this that don't appear rooted in policy are, in my opinion, a slippery slope and reflect an alternatively equally dictatorial problem. This now appears to be a fiat by an online platform CEO with a global presence that can gatekeep speech for the entire world, which seems unsustainable. Wow, this guy called it. What do you want to bet that he probably quit?
Maybe, yeah. They or got told to leave.
Yeah, probably. That was for us, Nina. Thanks. Thanks to 100 Watt Studios. I think. Oh my God, you're so cute. You look Persian like that.
Okay.
Like with like a little scarf. Like you look like you're like wearing a little scarf. Oh.
I like the little head wraps you can cover. Like that. They look like Little Red Riding Hood.
Oh. Yeah. You also look totally Persian to me. Because that's how Persian women wear their scarves. Except pull it back a little bit.
For some hair.
Yeah. You want to show like at least like mid length. Like keep going.
Oh,
yeah, like that. There you go. Now you look totally Persian.
Ooh, I like it.
That's you can even have like a little bit of hair showing here. And you have really long hair, so you can actually have it like coming down from the side.
Wow, wait, this is cool. Maybe I'm just gonna be like a scarf girl now.
There you go. Very pretty.
It's fun.
She about to have baby Jeebus. That's funny. Oh, that's freaking hilarious. Hey, Curtis, good to see you. We're just going through this crazy shit show. Right. Here we go. This might be an okay, we read this. Wait, is this twice? Okay, we read this. This now appears to be the fiat by the online platform CEO. Okay, we saw this. This is the same thing. Yes. All right. Twitter employees use the term one-off frequently in their Slack discussion, as frequent use reveals significant employee discretion over when and whether to apply warning labels on tweets and strikes on users. Here are typical examples. So could have bounced with a strike. I don't see any scenario where we would be deciding to not to bounce here. Just wanted to check if there's any other concerns. Otherwise, I can bounce under RTP and close this one out before I go. FYI, accounts review, USA sanction. We're trying to understand the one-off decision here. And then why are these redacted?
I don't know.
Stop redacting shit, yo. At this point, I don't think we need redacted. Like I would like to see names. Like I'm not one of those people who likes to see names usually, but
we're taking names.
When it comes to like this, we need some names. Some names over here. All right, so there you go. Bounce, whatever. All right. 200 Watt Studios for 2. I could totally hug Lila right now. She's glowing. Aww. That's so sweet.
I'm experimenting with my new cute little blanket. It's like a blanket too. Look at me.
Oh, and now you sound like a munchkin. So cute. I'm working on my blanket.
I like my blanket. Look at my little blanket.
Oh, you're so cute. It's like I literally have a munchkin on my stream right now. It's amazing. Recall from Twitter Files 2 by Barry Wise that according to Twitter staff, we control visibility quite a bit, and we control the amplification of your content quite a bit. And normal people do not know how much we do. So that was from that. Twitter employees recognize the difference between their own policies and Twitter terms of service, but they also engage in complex interpretations of content in order to stamp out prohibited tweets as a series of exchange over the Stop the Steal hashtag reveal. Ooh, here we go.
Did not like that hashtag.
They did not. Hey, hope you're doing okay, and we're able to get some sleep. Can we or have we already discussed blocking the Stop the Steal hashtag? It's further fake news. It's a dangerous way from what I can tell. Hey there, says Yol Raw. We're proactively surfacing that. Why is this person blanked out? We need names.
Yeah, why did I keep doing that?
We're proactively surfacing because they're ready to throw this guy under the bus for some reason, and the other girl, but not this person. All right. We're proactively surfacing that content for review under civic integrity, and it should be blocked from typehead and trends. If you're seeing it in either of the letter 2, let me know ASAP, and PT can fix. God, I really don't like this Yoel Roth guy.
He's got to go.
I'm not a fan. Not a fan. I just saw the hashtag and did a research on it, and all the content was appalling. So I don't think it's showing up elsewhere. Thank you all for all you're doing.
Yeah, we need to know who this person is because they're over here encouraging y'all. Yoel.
I'll flag the election squad. I'll flag to the election squad.
Yeah, so proud to do it too.
Remember that what I find appalling and what is a TOS bio are not an exact overlap. Heh. Oh my God. These motherfuckers, man. I'll tell you.
It's horrible.
You know what's so crazy is when I read this, that's the other thing that I would like to see dropped in the Twitter files. And I don't know if they'll get there because, I mean, obviously there's a lot to get through. But one of the things I would like to see is how much of this happened for the Canadian truckers. Because I know when the convoy was going on, a lot of Canadians were being silenced. If you use the hashtag honk honk, you were being completely shadow banned. If you did anything to do with the trucker convoy, if you hashtag the trucker convoy, if you hashtag honk honk, like there was a lot of stuff, the shady shit that went down.
That definitely went down. For sure.
I would like to see that as well, to see if there's like a lot of the Canadian trucker stuff and what happened. Roth immediately DMs colleagues to ask that they add Stop the Steal and QAnon conspiracy term Kraken to a blacklist of terms to be de-amplified. Roth's colleagues object that blacklisting Stop the Steal risks de-amplifying counter speech that validates the election. There's a lot going on. Any objections to adding the Stop the Steal and Kraken to the CHAQ term list if they aren't there already? The daylight spreading Q and the Stop the Steal stuff now is effectively 0. Kraken for sure, it's not already there. I'm too worried about the risk of de-amplifying counter speech with Stop the Steals. Okay. Oh boy. This guy's like really just such a ray of sunshine.
He's got to go.
What a fucking piece of shit. Indeed notes Roth colleagues a quick search at the top of the Steele tweets and their counter speech But they quickly come up with a solution, de-amplifying accounts with the stop the steal in the name / profile, since those are not affiliated with counter speech. Yeah, just a quick search at the top of the steal tweets and their counter speech. I'm comfortable with the top of the tweets are generally Q related, and I'm noticing the absence of counter speech. It's also super common on profiles. Actually, can we de-amplify accounts with stop the steal in the name and profile level? Those are not affiliated with counter speech. Wow. But turns out that even blacklisting Kraken is less straightforward than they thought. That's because Kraken, in addition to being a QAnon conspiracy theory based on the mythical Norwegian sea monster, is also the name of the cryptocurrency exchange and was thus allow listed. Okay, so I'm a little lost in terms of the Kraken conspiracy theorist thing. Like, what's that about? Do you know?
No.
You don't know? Okay, chat, you gotta help us out. What the hell's the Kraken thing? Like,
what's crack-a-lackin'?
Yeah, what's a crack-a-lackin' about the conspiracy theory? Like, what? I knew QAnon did a bunch of shit, but I didn't know Kraken was a word. Like, what the fuck? Like, who cares? Like, I like the drink. Like, the rum's good. Oh, okay. Is that what it was? All right. All right. All right. All right. Interesting.
The election servers.
Also, I think the Kraken to the various bots may have broken something, but for what? Bunch of people are like getting away with it again. I don't like this. I don't like this blanking out people.
Why
guys, remove Kraken. Why are these people being protected? I did break something. There's an app called Kraken app or something. If we allow less concerns about plugging it back, but we'll be like, so they're figuring out it's a fucking crypto thing. These people are fucking retarded. All right. Employees struggle. Like, one of the best things. Did you read the part 3?
No.
There was this one bit in the part 3 where they would be like, oh, we got to ban Donald Trump for saying this and this and like funny business happened in the election or whatever, like in this state. And then like 2 seconds later, like that Yoel Roth guy would be like talking with someone and they'd be like, oh, we need to ban him because he said this. And then he'd be like, and then Yoel Roth would come back and be like, oh, just fact check this and it checks out. It's true. Like, and like they literally did that like several times. And I was like, so you're telling me like literally like you're saying funny business actually happened, like, and you're now just telling everybody that it actually happened and Trump was actually right about everything. And now here we are. We're just kind of like, I guess it happened. Maybe, possibly. Bird up for 2. Thanks for doing the stream. Cheers. Hey man, thanks for the $2. Okay, so then employees struggling with whether or not punished users who shared screenshots of Trump's deleted January 6 tweets. We should bounce these tweets with a strike given the screenshot violates the policy. They're criticizing Trump, so I'm a bit hesitant whether applying strike to this user. Wow. Fuck off, oh God. Even Twitter says it's inciting violence. Oh my God. Even like the people who were like just screenshotting to like tell him to fuck off, they were like, should we ban this guy? Maybe we should ban this guy. We should bounce these tweets with a strike given the screenshot violates the policy. They're commenting, criticizing Trump. Oh my God, these people are fucking weird. Channel One Studios for 5 says Lila seriously has the look of a femme fatale from the 40s. A Technicolor beauty. You know what? That's not wrong. He's totally right. All you need is like those really cool
glasses.
The glasses, like the.
Oh wait, this is a cool look. Maybe I'm gonna do this for Simcast next time.
You should.
Like, glasses.
Yeah, you can have like the what's it called, the Breakfast at Tiffany's glasses.
Yeah, I do have glasses.
Oh my God, you should get those. And if you have it, like the cigarette like the old school cigarette filters, like the long
Oh,
ones.
yeah. And maybe some gloves.
Yes, it's like Halloween all over again.
Yeah, this is kind of
Amazing.
hot. I like it.
I love it.
Sweet.
You look fantastic.
Okay, where are we on this thread?
We're here in this next one. What if users dislike? If you need to go at any point, you can bounce at any time that you leave.
What time is it where you're at?
It is 2:53 in the morning.
Oh, it's 1:53 here. Look at us. Look at us night owling it.
We're night owls.
Wow. We're how much more is in here?
Apparently it's 69 parts, so I think quite a bit. I think there's quite a bit left. We're here. And this motherfucker doesn't even number their shit. Let's see. Oh, maybe not that much left. Okay, no, there's a lot left.
Wait, no, but it keeps going. That's why.
Oh, there it is. End.
Okay, let's do it.
I'm not reading like the entire articles. Like it's just not happening. Okay.
Let me grab a bag of chips.
Okay, go grab your popcorn, drink, chips.
Yes.
Whatever you got. Let me go back up to this. Okay. This is where we're at. These motherfuckers. They just think they like own everything, you guys. This is what happens. This is what happens when a bunch of Silicon Valley brats get this kind of job. And then we're left with like, these are the people that are like freaking policing our speech. A bunch of fucking like trust fund baby Silicon Valley fucking retards. That's what happened. What kind of chips do you got there? Are those jalapenos? Yeah. Jalapeno kettle chips, girl. Yes. I love how Christmassy it is. And like you're eating.
Oh yeah, it's green, huh?
It's green. And you're like with your beautiful red nails. You're like, yeah. This stream is brought to you by Kettle Chips, jalapeno kettle.
I would love to get sponsored by chips. Imagine they would send you chips all the time. I could eat them.
I would love to get sponsored by Miss Vicky's Chips because they're only from Canada. And I just want them to be part of my life like so badly. I will get fat again for Miss Vicky's Chips if I could somehow like get them, but they won't because they're like a Canadian thing only.
I like Tim's chips.
I've never had Tim's chips before.
Oh my gosh. If you try to order them on Amazon, it's like $20 a bag, but they're only like $3. It's a $3 bag in Washington State.
Oh my God. Lila's Ingrid Bergman reincarnated. That's a really nice compliment. Ingrid Bergman's beautiful.
Thank you.
Han says, I love the salt and vinegar ones. I do too.
Ooh, I love salt and vinegar.
God, that like
I
made
love
me.
pickles.
Does that ever happen to you where you like want salt and vinegar, but like your mouth kind of tastes the vinegar and you get that like you get that taste in your mouth? Like that's what happened to me right now. I was like, salt and vinegar. So good. Okay, here we go. What if a user dislikes Trump and objects to Twitter censorship? The tweet still gets deleted. But since the intention is not to deny the election results, no punishing strike is applied. If there are instances where the intent is unclear, please feel free to raise. So then they have this picture here. Hey, that's just some guy. It says, I don't even like the man, but I'm not going to put up with Twitter deleting opinions they don't like. That's a tweet by just some guy, aka just another commie. Here, like that's his tweet. That's interesting. That's interesting. That's somebody we know from our neck of the woods. That's very interesting. I'm in agreement. One-off works for commentary strike if a tweet is agreeing with tweet view. What if it's a natural sharing opinion, like told you it violates Twitter policy, tweet, delete only? I would agree with tweet delete only and agreeing with the policy. Can I get your opinion here? Would agree to on delete only in instances where the content is not shared with abusive intent. Thanks, everyone. There are instances where the intent is unclear. Please feel free to raise. We need names. That's all I have to say about that. I am now extremely curious to check and see if just some guy knows that he's been talked about and if he's tweeted about it. So for a brief moment, guys, I'm going to do that. I'm going to go to just some guy's Twitter account just to see if he knows that he's part of the fucking Twitter files. Just some guy. Hopefully he hasn't blocked me. There he is. He's tweeted about Superman. Let's see. I'm just going down his profile. He's donated a meme or donated. He's tweeted a meme about Elon Musk. Something about Gina Carano. Bunch of stuff from Matt Walsh. Well, I'm surprised he hasn't tweeted this out. Maybe he doesn't know. I can't believe nobody sent him this. I mean, it's a pretty big deal. I'm just going down his the just some guy's Twitter feed just to see if he responded to this, because he's part of the fucking Twitter files. Like, that's a pretty big deal. And he hasn't said anything. I don't think he knows. I know of him. Like, we've kind of briefly sort of met, but not really, because I did a video on him and Nick Rekieta's debate.
Ooh.
So because I was like kind of against just some guy's point of view when it came to that debate. So I made a video on it, and like he came into the comments. So like that's how, like, we know of each other.
Mm-hmm.
But like I've never really streamed with him.
You should add him.
I mean, I should be like, hey, did you see
Yeah,
this?
retweet it, add him. Be like, did you see this? You're on here.
Okay, let me do that. I'll do that right now.
Definitely.
Hey, it's some guy. They're part of the Twitter files.
Yeah, look at this. Discovery. Breaking news.
That's funny. There. Tweeted.
That's cool.
Now he'll know. I know. It's just weird. It's like, oh my God, it's just some guy.
That's really nice to do that for people sometimes too. Like, sometimes people just don't know. And I like when people share stuff, if they see something that I'm in, be like,
yeah,
hey, you know, or like one time I had a friend who this article was like written about her, and you would think that like she probably already known about it, right? Mm-hmm. And I sent it to her, and she was so happy because she hadn't even known about it at all. And for a moment, it crossed my mind to not send it because I was like, oh, she's probably like a bunch of people are probably telling her about this, you know, but nobody had. So I think that's awesome that you did that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's been on the Jack show once or twice on Flashcast, I believe. Yeah, the main debate that happened that he had with Nick Rekieta was on Flashcast, the original debate. And then they went at each other with different videos. And then I just decided to like, here's my 2 cents. And everybody was like, all right. But it was funny. It was a good video. I thought it was a good video. Calvin says kettle chips, the perfect side dish for revenge.
I agree.
NVIDIA says more breaking news. Lila just made a Discord server. Why? Discord sucks. On Flashcast, it was hosted by Ricardo. There you go.
Do you use Discord, Nina?
No, I can't stand Discord. I think it's just a place where souls go to die.
I just started one.
I know. I'm like, I don't know why you did that. 200 Watt Studios for $2 says, Lila, check your Twitter.
Okay. I'm doing it right now.
200 Watt Studios, you better not be DMing my guests like peen pictures or something. Okay.
No, maybe did you post something?
I don't know.
No, maybe
I should post and be like, we're live with Lila Hart. I mean, I didn't really do that. Maybe I should.
Yeah, we're live. No, this is great. I'm having so much fun. Look at it. Look at this like surprise Twitter file, late night.
I know.
Kettle chip, breaking news.
Hey, this stream has gotten 5 thumbs downs. That's funny. Okay, hold on. Live with Lila Hart.
You know what? I don't care.
Also,
I don't care if everyone thumbs it down. This whatever it takes to throttle it up, you know?
Hell yeah. Every interaction is an interaction. I said live with Lila Hart. Also, she's eating kettle chips.
Yeah.
Just in case people wanted to know. There you go.
Yeah, well, and also, what kind of chips do they like? Tell us in the chat, what is your favorite type of chip?
He meant DM. No DM? No DM. What? Don't worry, everyone's on Chrissy's Discord got a notification that you were live. Oh, that's so sweet.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
She's the best.
Around noon, a confused senior executive in advertising sales sends a DM to Roth. Sales exec, Jack says we will permanently suspend Trump if our policies are violated after a 12-hour account lock. What policies is Jack talking about? Roth. Any policy violation. Okay, hold on. What is he saying exactly? Hi, Yoel. I have a question. Okay, see this, I can see why you would blank out. All right? Like this is like some advertising guy that's like, okay, like, you know, this around a confused senior executive in advertising sales sends a DM. Okay, fine. Like you can, you know, hide this guy's name. Fine. He doesn't sound very like productive to the discussion anyway. Like who fucking cares? But the other people who are like, should we ban this guy? Like, yeah, that guy, we need names. Hi, Yoel. I have a question. Read Twitter safety thread, POTUS, and Jack's email. Jack says we will permanently suspend if our policies are violating after 12-hour account lock. What policies is Jack talking about? Is spreading misinfo a violation like this past tweet about election, or is it more about a tweet inciting violence? I'm asking because we're getting tons of calls from clients following an FB Facebook, Instagram decision. So some clarity would be great. Thanks. This guy doesn't even seem to know what the fuck's going on. Like he's just like this guy's getting like $10 an hour, probably works in like Calcutta, like has no idea what the fuck's going on. He's just like, what am I doing here? The fuck? I don't know. Like, I don't know what the fuck to answer these people. Hey, JP. Oh, like maybe you should have like blanked out this thing. For internal awareness, this would be any policy violation, not just limited to elections. But before sharing anything, please coordinate with blank on the comm side. Should say commie side. Obviously, a ton of interest in our positions on this. Want to ensure we stay aligned.
Why did they blank that person's name out?
I don't know.
And then why did they just say, hey, JP? Now we know that other person, that was JP up there.
Yeah, now we know it's JP.
JP not be looking for you.
Better not be JP Sears on his day job. Just joking. Oh, wait, did I miss something? Oh. 200 Watt Studios for 5 said, right now for Lila, look up Jean Thierry and in Leave Her to Heaven images. Okay. Okay, hold on. Jean Tierney. Okay. Oh, she's pretty. All right, we're taking a brief break over here to check out this picture requested by 200 Watt Studios.
Ooh, I like that.
She's very pretty.
Ooh. Wow. Classy.
Very. Look at the pearl. I love the pearls, the plunging pearls.
The pearls. I like that hat she's wearing up there.
Look at that.
Ooh.
Sexy lady.
Sexy lady.
Oh, look at the little ringlets.
So cute.
Wow, that's her when she got older. She aged really well.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that. Lila, I think he's saying you look like her. That's kind of amazing.
Thank you. I'll take it. I like it.
That's a really nice compliment.
So nice of you to say about me.
Thanks, 200 Watt Studios.
Thank you.
Douglas Dauntless says smash. Wow, okay.
Nice.
All right, back to your regular programming. Here we go.
Yes. JP
got fucked over here. All right. What happens next is essential to understanding how Twitter justified banning Trump. Sales exec, are we dropping the public interest policy now? Roth, 6 hours later. In this specific case, we're changing our public interest approach for this account, for his account. So here we got Blank saying, thanks, y'all. We'll connect with comms team for sure. One last question. In the past, we've exempted policy violations from a world leader due to the public interest value. Are we dropping the public interest now? And any new violations could be a trigger for me or for me to understand. Again, we'll check with comms what we cannot share publicly. He also says apologies for the slow reply. I've been back to back all day today. Sounds so gay. In this specific case, we're changing our public interest approach for his account to say any violation would result in suspension. We aren't completely getting rid of the public interest approach, though we do have work planned on revisions in H1 2021. Okay.
Little did they know that this would be all public.
That's funny. 200 Watt Studios for 2. Nina, right? Leave her to heaven. Okay. Wait. Jean Thierry has the Lila look with sunglasses and leave her to heaven. Okay. Wow. All right. Did you realize it's like 3 in the morning, right? Just saying. Oh, let's see. Leave her to heaven. Oh, all right. Here we go. Another break, guys. Another break. Here we go.
Oh, I need to get those glasses. That's what I need.
Yes.
That's what we're talking about.
See, these are kind of like the same shape that I was talking about, except like full black. See, hold on. See.
See, I need those.
Yeah.
Tiffany's. Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Like these ones.
Iconic.
See that? Like you can do that. It's the iconic look. God, she's so beautiful.
I love your lights.
Aw, thank you. That's so nice.
So festive.
Thanks for the $5. You know what's crazy is now I want to watch this movie. Like this Leave Her to Heaven. Noir drama 1945 says, while on a train, writer Richard Harland Carolyn White strikes up a relationship with a gorgeous Ellen Burnett, Jane Turney. Ellen quickly becomes obsessed with Richard and abandons her fiancé, Russell Quinton, to be with him. The couple rushes into marriage, with both of them caught up in a romance and Richard intrigued by Ellen's intensity. Only after settling into marriage, however, does Richard realize that she is psychotically jealous and highly unstable. That's the plot of the movie.
That's such a funny movie plot.
I kind of really want to watch this movie now.
He's like, she's beautiful. And then I realized her hot to crazy scale was through the roof.
She's already married. Psycho. Like, that's great.
Oh my gosh, that would be a great movie to watch.
I love classic movies. Like, I have a very deep love for classic movies. Leave Her to Heaven. I really want to watch this now. This is going on the list, guys.
Yes.
I'm watching this movie. I'm so into it.
Love it.
This is a fucking dope picture.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't mind this as like a poster.
Nina, did you do the AI pictures?
No, I can't bring myself to that. My husband does that stuff like for fun.
Oh, wow.
He knows how to do it. Wallpaper. Okay, now 200 Watt Studios. Now you've distracted me.
Yeah, we have to get
from the Twitter files, man.
We are going through the files.
Leave Her to Heaven is fantastic, he says. I'm gonna watch it now. Thank you. Psychos were normal back in the day. Psychos back then is normal today. That's kind of true.
Oh my god, that's so funny. What if her like level of psycho in that movie is just like the average woman today?
That's probably true. I could see that happening. Okay,
that's so funny.
You know what? Like, there's no way they could even like figure out the crazy psychos today. Like, there's no level like that they could possibly imagine. Okay. 200 Watt Studios, you're so welcome to super chat and suggest movies and actresses while I'm doing this. I really don't care. The ad exec is referring to Twitter's policy of public interest exceptions, which allows the content of the elected officials, even if it violates Twitter rules, if it directly contributes to understanding or discussion of a matter of public concern. At present, we limit exceptions to one critical type of public interest content, tweets from elected and government officials, given the significant public interest in knowing and being able to discuss their actions and statements. All right. Roth pushes for a permanent suspension of Rep. Matt Gaetz, even though it doesn't quite fit anywhere. Duh. It's a kind of test case for a rationale for banning Trump. I'm trying to talk Twitter's safety team into removal as a conspiracy that incites violence. So he goes on, or some blank person says, that's the latest. What's the latest on Antifa's claims? Anything brewing policy-wise? C is yelling from the other room that we should just ban Gaetz. Yoel says, yeah, SP and SI are working on that. It goes on to say, it doesn't quite fit anywhere. Duh. Blank says, right. Yoel says, but I'm trying to talk safety into treating it as an incitement. Goes on to say, I think we'll get over the line of removal as a conspiracy that incites violence. Vijaya was directionally okay with it. God, these people are such pieces of shit. I can't handle it.
Where is Yoel now?
Still around. Zatoshi's Kane Swirled for 5. Did you get a chance to watch Star Trek Continues It? Not yet, because first of all, I got sick really badly, and I didn't want to start watching something new while I was sick. I was watching like old stuff because that's what happens when I get sick. I rewatch things. And then I'm planning on rewatching Star Trek the original series, because it's been like years since I've seen the original series, because I usually just watch like TNG and DS9 and Voyager, like kind of like over and over again. So it's been years since I've watched the original series. So I want to just watch the original series, and then when I've done the original series, I want to go straight to Star Trek Continues, so that I can have like a fresh like mind into what the story was that they wanted to tell, because it's supposed to be the continuation.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be cute to just like rewatch the old one and then go into it.
Nina, I'm so glad you're feeling better.
Thank you. Yeah, I got really, really sick, and it was hell. But now I'm starting to feel better, which is, I'm just like, thank the Lord.
How many days were you out?
I got like I got sick on Tuesday, but I was able to like somehow muddle through the real BBC. So I was there, but I was like not really there, because my mind was just like, I'm fucking dying. And then after like it was done, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go die now. And then I did. Like I was like just out. And then so like I was out all Wednesday. I had to cancel my show on Wednesday. Poor Farron. I had to cancel on her. And then Thursday I was out all day, and Thursday was bad too, because I was just like, my back hurt like so badly, and it was just like really just an awful day. And then Friday I started to feel like a normal human being again, and I was like, thank God that I can finally stream. So I was able to do Infinite Hope. But yeah, thank you. That was it was fucked up.
But you're back. Yay.
Yeah, but I'm back now. Oh my God. You'll probably be hired by Biden's Ministry of Truth. Is that still a thing? I thought that that's not a thing anymore. Oh my God. This is also true. Okay. Roth pushes permanent suspensions of okay, we got that one. Around 2:30, comms execs DM Roth to say they don't want to make a big deal out of the QAnon ban to the media, because they fear if we push this, it looks like we're trying to offer up something in place of the thing everyone wants, meaning a Trump ban. We're good either way. We'll discuss, but I'm generally in the okay. This is blank saying this, but I'm generally in the space of let's start taking action and not do a big comms push around this. We can explain why if we're asked, but worry if we push this. It looks we're trying to offer up something in the place of the thing everyone wants. Yup. We need names. That's like every time I'm reading this, I'm like, why? Like,
why is this being out?
Yeah, where are the names? Hey, why is Joker 2 trending? Okay, now I'm so curious. Oh my God.
Have you watched the commercial for it?
No, is that why it's trending? Is there a commercial?
I don't know. I don't
Okay,
even know.
really quickly, let's see. Why is this trending? Is there actually a thing? Okay, yeah. There's an image.
What?
They released an image. First look at Joker 2. Todd Phillips' Joker 2. Here we go. That's it. Ah, he looks fucked up. He looks like he has monkeypox.
Ugh.
God, I keep getting distracted. Okay, back to the files. Is this a thing? Lila munches on chips. I was asking you, the chat. Oh, you guys are funny. Okay. That evening, a Twitter engineer DMs to Roth to say, I feel a lot of debates. I thought for a second, I thought this was diabetes. Debates around exceptions stem from the fact that Trump's account is not technically different from anybody else's, and yet treated differently due to his personal status without corresponding Twitter rules. Hi, Yoel. I'm sure that you're very busy right now, and my apologies if this is a distraction to your work. Ugh, What a suck up. Get the fuck out of here. I wonder if there has been any discussion about the reshaping the rules around official accounts, example, Donald Trump, and other accounts, example, other Donald Trump, or an unverified account. I feel a lot of debates around the exceptions stem from the fact that Trump's account is not technically different from anybody else's and yet treated differently due to his personal status without corresponding Twitter rules to clarify the responsibility that should come with that status. Okay. Roth's response hints at how Twitter would justify devastating from its long-standing policy to put different spin on it. Policy is one part of the system of how Twitter works. We ran into the world changing faster than we were able to either adapt the product or policy. Joel says, I think you're spot on. To put a different spin on it, policy is one part of the system of how Twitter works. There are different things that you can change when you want to affect different behaviors. Policy and enforcement are one. The product is another. Partnerships and outrage are another, etc. And all that is situated in a bigger system, i.e. the world, which influences how everything else operates in practice. When you change one part of the system, you necessarily have to adapt to the rest. And I think we ran into the world changing faster than we were able to either adapt the product or the policy, but we can and should do both, not directly. Okay. In all seriousness, did this guy answer to anybody? Like, I mean, I would think Jack Dorsey, but like, it seems like Jack Dorsey had his head up his ass. Like, where is he in any of this? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, this guy's just running the show and nobody seems to give a fuck.
They don't.
Right? I mean, is it just me? I don't know. It looks weird. So this Yoel Roth guy had free reign. He could do whatever the fuck he wanted. He's like deciding what policies to do, what
does he have an Instagram? I mean, does he have a Twitter?
Yeah. He's still at Yoel Roth, and he's a map too. Let me see. Let me go to his.
Nothing. Get out of there. Get out of there.
Yoel Roth. He's a blue check mark too. Or at least he was. I mean, I don't know if he's still on here. Yeah, he's still on here. Oh, God. Look at it. Like, dude, look at his friggin' Twitter profile. This dude ran Twitter. Like, this is the dude. Like, this dude right here.
Well, he looks like he could be a nice person, but can be deceiving.
He looks like he's 15. Like, what the fuck? Like, how do you have this job?
Well, so how many? Okay.
Former head of trust and safety at Twitter, PhD from blah, blah, blah. So this is the dude. This is the dude that tweeted out about how teenagers should have sex with their teachers. This is the same dude.
I think Brittany shared that, right?
Yeah. He's disgusting. All right, let's go back to. There we go. All right, next. The evening of January 7th, the same junior employee who expressed an unpopular opinion about the ad hoc decisions that don't appear rooted in policy speaks up one last time before the end of the day. Says, oh, wait. Okay, he's just citing the previous tweet. Earlier that day, the employee wrote, my concern is specifically surrounding the unarticulated logic of the decision by FB, Facebook, that space fills with the idea of conspiracy theory that all internet Mongols sit around the kings casually deciding what people can and cannot see. That's literally what's happening. That's literally like that Yoel Roth guy is like the king of the castle here and fucking just running the damn show. It's like, God. Oh, he's made comments that suggest he's a predator. Yeah. I thought you said I thought you said like since that came out. Hold on, I have to cough.
Hi guys. Chips ASMR.
God, I want some chips. Hey, look at it. It's my Molly plushie. Isn't he so cute?
Aww.
So cute.
That is cute.
All right. My concern specifically surrounding the unarticulated logic of the decision by FB, that space that fills with the idea of conspiracy theory that all social media heads and internet mongols surround like kings, casually deciding what people can and cannot see, and it's unhelpful to the internet ecosystem of a whole. Again, this is in my opinion only. He had the right opinion, and this is literally what was happening. The employee notes later in the day, and will Oremus notice the inconsistency too, linking to an article for 10 at Medium called Facebook chucked its own rulebook to ban Trump. Here's the article. The underlying problem writes, hang on, I have to cough.
Chips are good. I love jalapeno chips.
Sorry, guys. I still have the flu, so it's like, well, not it's gone, but it's,
Your immune system's fighting it off.
I mean, it's basically like my immune system's won, but now like I still have like sometimes I gotta cough, and then when I read a lot, my voice becomes like all hoarse. The underlying problem, writes Will Oremus. I don't know who this is. Learning about tech, and it's just gonna ew, for the Washington Compost. Gross. All right. Is that the dormant platforms have always been a loath to own up to their subjectivity because it highlights the extraordinary unfettered power they wield over the global public square, and places the responsibility for the power on their own shoulders. So they hide behind the ever-changing rulebook, alternately pointing to it when it's convenient and shoving it under the nearest rug when it isn't. Hey, that's actually a pretty good point. Facebook's suspension of Trump now puts Twitter in an awkward position. If Trump does indeed return to Twitter, the pressure on Twitter will ramp up to find pretexts on which to ban him as well. Indeed, as Barry Wise will show tomorrow, that's exactly what happened. Okay, so there you go. More files to come tomorrow.
How many drops are they doing, Nina? Do you know?
I don't know. I didn't even know this guy was dropping anything. Like this is new to me because originally I knew that like Barry Wise was, and I knew that Matt, I forget his name. There's too many Matts. But now it's this one right here. NVIDIA for 2 says stay hydrated and keep that throat lubricated. I will.
You need tea.
I know, I do, but for now, I have water. Thanks, Lisa. Bless you too. But yeah, okay, so that's it. I mean, unless I missed some of them because he didn't really number any of them. I think I got it all. But there you go. That was part 4 of the Twitter files.
This is great. This is actually great.
It's crazy, man. This is insane shit. Hey, Nuance Bro is fucking doing Twitter space right now. Let's see who else is on here. Anybody interesting? Do we care? No.
Plus 80 other listeners. They have a lot of people in there.
Let's see.
He knows he's doing a bit, and he just
are they saying anything interesting? Can you hear it?
That's his entire career. But another part of me was like, is he a little stupid? I couldn't tell.
I mean, it would kill me if I have a copy of Buck Breaking on DVD. I'm gonna watch it for Christmas again, but like it would kind of kill it for me if that guy was doing a bit, because I mean, it feels like he's.
This is so
totally
random. We're
sincere
just like
with the whole
randomly
Buck
listening to
Breaking
this.
shit. When he's like, when you watch the fucking documentary, I mean, he's like, it has to be real for me.
I think you know what it might have started more as like a joke, and I think over time he just like gaslit himself so hard to the point where he actually like maybe actually.
What are they talking about? I'm so confused.
He's just so gaslit, like he just doesn't even
Okay,
know
hold
the
on.
difference between like when he's memeing and what's like.
Well, have you seen those
meshes all together?
Have you seen those NFTs he made with like the white
Yes.
and black slave shit? It was just weird, and I'm just like,
what the fuck?
I can't. No, I can't.
I don't know.
I want this to be like a sincere
This is dumb.
thing.
I'm leaving. I thought it would actually be something funny or something.
Funny.
Okay, hold on. Wait, let's go to the Pfizer thing, because Pfizer was trending.
Yeah, let's just.
Why is Pfizer trending?
Did you see what happened to Celine Dion?
What?
She can't sing anymore.
No.
A neurological condition called stiff person syndrome. Her whole body is turning into like stiff.
Does she got that Pfizer smile?
Look it up. She like did this video where she can't sing anymore and she has to cancel all her concerts.
That's sad.
Yeah, so it's called stiff person syndrome. It's like where your body turns to stone.
Oh my gosh, she's like Medusa. Wait, is it like wait, we can't fuck, we're not on Rumble. We can't even fucking talk about this shit. Hold on.
No, she posted
what
it
is stiff? Okay, here we go. But this is from the Washington Compost. It says, "What is stiff person syndrome? Celine Dion reveals rare condition." I don't want to go to fucking Washington Post.
She posted about it on Twitter. I think she made a video, and on Instagram. She
okay. Is that a new one or is that her old one? Okay, here it is. Hold on, I found it. Let's see. This is from her Instagram.
Hello, everyone.
Hear it?
I'm sorry it's taken me so long to reach out to you. I miss you all so much. And I can't wait to be on stage talking to you in person.
You can hear the audio?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
As you know, I've always been an open book.
I feel bad for her.
And I wasn't ready to say anything before. But I'm ready now.
Oh man, this is heartbreaking.
I've been dealing with problems with my health for a long time.
That's true.
And it's been really difficult for me to face these challenges and to talk about everything that I've been going through.
Her husband died too, right? Like recently.
A while back.
Well, not recently, but like a while ago.
Recently,
they were together
I've been
for a long
diagnosed
time.
with a very rare neurological disorder called stiff person syndrome, which affects something like 1 in a million people. While we're still learning about this rare condition, we now know this is what's been causing all of the spasms that I've been having.
Oh man, that's sad.
Unfortunately, these spasms affect every aspect of my daily life, sometimes causing difficulties when I walk and not allowing me to use my vocal cords to sing the way I'm used to.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah.
It hurts me to tell you today. This means I won't be ready to restart my tour in Europe in February. I have a great team of doctors working alongside me to help me get better. And my precious children who are supporting me and giving me hope. I'm working hard with my sports medicine therapist every day to build back my strength and my ability to perform again. But I have to admit, it's been a struggle. All I know is singing. It's what I've done all my life. And it's what I love to do the most.
You can't speed up like Instagram things.
I miss you so much.
And there's not even
miss
like a
seeing all of you being on the
like fast
stage,
forward it. Like how long is this thing?
performing for you. I always give 100% when I do my shows.
Nina,
I feel so bad
My
for her.
condition is not allowing me to give you that right.
Dude, speed it up. It is sad though.
For me to reach you again, I have no choice but to concentrate on my health at this moment. And I have hope
Oh,
that I'm on the road to recovery.
Your heart will go on.
This is my focus.
Sorry, is that mean?
And I'm doing everything that I can to recuperate. I want to thank you so much for your encouraging wishes of love and support on my social media. This means a lot to me.
Oh. Sorry, Celine.
I gotta tell you though, I don't really feel that bad. I'll be honest. I'm not one of these people. I can't. I don't feel bad at all, actually. I want to eat more chips. I don't feel a single feeling of sadness.
God, Lila, grow a heart. Jeez. No, I'm just joking.
No, I'm just saying, you know what? Disability is the great equalizer. So,
That's true.
people complain about all these things. Once you're a little neurological, things ain't working right. Yeah, I've been here. I've been disabled my whole life. So, I mean, maybe that's why I'm a little more harsher to these things. Okay. But it's like, oh, thank you guys for all your positivity. And it's like, why don't you say and pray for me? Huh? So I feel like that's suspicious. Why are you asking the Lord Jesus Christ to come down and help you out, Celine Dion? But no, you just want the thoughts. You're not even asking for prayers. Something is suspicious about her. I don't know. And she was all about, everybody do this and everybody, go on with that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, why don't you grow a heart, Lila Heart? God.
I can't. I'm Little Red Riding Hood now.
Oh my God. You know what though?
I don't feel bad at all.
I feel what you're saying, but I think like in a way though, you have a point in a sense that like, cause you were born with your situation. So like you kind of didn't have like any option other than to figure it out and like, live your life. Whereas in like, she's like lived like her prime, and like this is supposed to be like her golden years. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, I'm like gonna be kind of like and possibly never sing again. That's kind of nuts. Like, because you've lived with that all your life. Like that was your normal,
what a blessing
and now it's
that
not.
She got to do that her whole life. Okay, and I'm supposed to feel bad for her. I don't feel bad for her at all. I
feel a little bad for her, but
not even a little bit, not even a smidge. What has Celine Dion ever done for me except make me cry in Titanic?
I don't know. She's a Canadian treasure.
Canadian treasure. Well, you know what? She's part of the Canadian problem. She should have spoke out against a lot of these things, and
That's
she
true.
decided to sell her soul, and now your body ain't gonna work. I do not feel bad for you.
I like your
do not feel bad
icon.
for any of these people at all. I don't. I don't feel bad. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, actually. I'm not sorry at all. No.
My God.
I'm glad I was eating chips while she was over there telling her story, because the chips were delicious.
Poor Celine.
Not poor Celine. Poor Celine Dion had this huge platform. She could have saved millions of lives, but she chose to go along with all that Balenciaga. You should see pictures of her just dressing in all that Balenciaga. Okay,
she was.
Oh yeah, she probably rode on Epstein's plane. I bet she drinks all that adrenochrome.
Damn.
That's probably why her body ain't working now. She don't have access to all that baby's blood. Okay, so I'm just saying, I don't feel bad for her at all. I don't feel bad for none of these celebrities. Are you kidding me? When Justin Bieber's face was all fucked up, I was like,
oh my God,
day.
That was so funny. Like, I was like, oh my God, like the Pfizer smile thing, like fucking killed me. I was like, okay, wait.
Oh, you know
let's
what?
go back to that.
Wait. Celine Dion.
We didn't go.
This. She probably required for any of her fans to come watch her show and perform in Europe. She probably required that they, participate in that. So I'm supposed to feel bad for her when she's over here getting people hurt, joining
You're
her.
Right. You're right, though. She probably did.
At all.
She probably did. Like, they probably did want that. Okay, hold on. Okay, Rob Schneider is base as fuck. What do you say? Thanks for this. Pfizer news hasn't changed. They're still liars, hucksters, and convicted frauds. That's very true. Okay, what is this? So he's tweeting out. Here's the clip. Okay, what is this response to? Unbelievable rubbish from Pfizer news. Keep in mind this. I'm not reading some of this out loud because, well, YouTube. Pfizer tweeted out, wouldn't it be great if a few internet searches could land you a PhD? Thank goodness for real scientists. Incredible area man, now full-fledged scientist thanks to one internet search. Go fuck yourselves.
Oh, God.
Oh, and of course they've turned off the replies. Okay, so that's why they were trending, because of this dumbass fucking tweet.
I feel like Celine Dion probably wishes she was not, she probably wishes she stood up for the right things.
Do we want to listen to this?
Major news today about the world's largest drug maker, Pfizer. The company agreed to pay $2.3 billion. That is the largest fine in history, and agreed to plead guilty to charges it illegally marketed some of its products, one in particular, for unapproved uses. Here's Lisa Stark.
Bextra was approved by the FDA to treat painful arthritis, but the drug giant Pfizer had other ideas, pumping up its bottom line by pitching doctors to prescribe the drug for things it was never approved for. Off-label marketing.
When off-label marketing like this occurs, patients' health and lives are put at risk, and those who cause that risk must be held accountable.
Bextra became a blockbuster, bringing in $1.2 billion a year, as sales reps assured doctors it could be used not just for arthritis, but for any acute pain. The main whistleblower, a former company sales rep, said in a statement, "At Pfizer, I was expected to increase profits at all costs, even when sales meant endangering lives. I couldn't do that."
This is literally the reason that everything is happening now.
Yep, it's follow the money.
This is it. If they cared a little bit less about making money and more about doing the research on everything that they've been doing, and they would have produced something that actually worked, this wouldn't be an issue.
Here's the thing. And also one more thing. I'm not going to feel bad for Celine Dion. She told us she has access to the best doctors and the best care in the world. So she'll be fine. All she said is, I can't sing anymore. Okay, well, we It's fine.
Patrick G for $1.99 says, "Why is everyone yelling?" I don't know. I didn't think we were yelling, but
because the jalapeno chips.
Oh, okay.
They made me feel spicy tonight. But yeah, I honestly,
you are spicy tonight. I love it.
I was watching that and I did not feel a single feeling of sadness for her actually, at all. Actually, I don't. Any celebrity who promoted this poison, if they were to come out and be like, "Oh, I'm disabled now," I'd be like, "Well, whatever."
Yeah, you'd be like,
I was born disabled, and I'm supposed to feel bad for you.
It's so weird, Lila, because I think about that all the time, and I think like I feel like I do feel bad sometimes. Not so much for celebrities, but like for people that come out and say like, "Hey, I trusted the government and I did this, and now like I have this going on with me for the rest of my life," or like, I did this, I trusted the government, or like I trusted whatever, and I did it, and now my kid's dead. Like that kind of thing. Like
that's different. If Celine Dion would have came out and said, "Hey y'all, I made a big mistake. Canada is fucked up. America's fucked up. I took this shit that I told you all to do it. Now look at me, I'm fucked up. Save yourself. Go out, warn everybody." Then I'd be like, "Yo, I'm on her team. I'm on her side." But that's not what these people do.
You know who I really liked, Lila, that I thought was really based, and like they kind of came down hard on her too for that, was Evangeline Lilly. She was one of the only people in Canada that stood up to what was going on. And like I was kind of impressed about her actually. Like I didn't see it coming, and she like came out and like stood up for the truckers. She was like, "This is fucked up. Like we need to do something, body autonomy and all that stuff." Like I was kind of impressed with her. I was like, she was like one of the only celebrities I saw that was like saying anything about what was going on.
I'm telling you, Nina, that Celine Dion actually filled me with joy. It didn't make me sad. It actually filled me with joy.
You're like, "Bitch, take that."
It filled me with joy because I was like, wow, this is going to happen to more and more people. And that's what's really going to wake people up. Because again, like I said.
But she's saying that it has to do with like some sort of like.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. She's disabled now. Like I said, disability is the great equalizer. It's like, once that happens, it's no. Anyways.
I know, like this is what Lila was saying too. Lila was saying the same thing.
So this is going to happen to more and more celebrities who made money off of this. Think about all the people who went along with this in the last 2 years, while my husband's band and my career suffered, all these other people just their careers skyrocketed. They were traveling all over the world, going to Europe, doing this, and I'm supposed to be bad when they're like, "Oh my God, well, I'm disabled now." It's like, no, I was disabled and I had to stay inside because I wasn't allowed to go into the grocery store or go into comedy clubs because I didn't participate in those mandates.
Lila, have you ever seen the show IT Crowd?
No.
Oh my God, you need to watch this show. It's called The IT Crowd, and it's an amazing British show based on a very, very like simplified pocket of time in the universe where the IT people basically worked in the fucking basement when the internet was first like a thing and the computers became a thing, and they got IT departments and blah blah blah. So in the IT Crowd, there's an episode where the main guy is pretending to be disabled so he can get a girl. And he's like, "I'm disabled." And it's like the funniest shit you've ever fucking seen in your life. Yes, NVIDIA knows what I'm talking about. "I'm disabled." I can't. Every time Lila talks about being disabled, I think of that guy going, "I'm disabled." It's the funniest shit ever. You need to watch it. It's so good. Patrick T for $4.99 says the Bible talks about rich people. I don't know. HR 25 and term limits fixes governance. Don't trust me. It's just a solution for America.
Yeah.
I like term limits.
That's what this person wrote. Suicide rate went up over 300% during lockdowns here in Canada. So when it comes to the people like her suffering for the choices she made, I say screw them. That's right, Celine Dion.
Hey man, like
people killed themselves, Nina.
The 300% thing, it's true. And like, man, the kids, the kids is the worst part, because there's a lot of kids like committing suicide. There's a lot of kids like just like, man, I was reading this news report. I can't even fucking talk about this shit on freaking YouTube. But long story short, basically, stuff that this is about. They were talking about how like Canada's got one of the highest rates of these kids, going over that Rainbow Bridge.
Yeah.
And that they were talking about just like it was bad, man, to a point where like they're just talking about like how myocarditis, I can't even fucking say the word.
Myocarditis.
Yeah, is like a thing of long COVID now. Like that's what the doctors are trying to say.
That's
like,
part of the brainwashing.
yeah, man.
Here's another thing, Nina. So think about that. Think about all these kids that died. And I'm supposed to feel bad for Celine Dion, who had a long career of music and singing, while some of these kids didn't even get to grow up to figure out what they wanted to do. And I'm supposed to feel bad for you and your golden years, not because you decided to subject all these people to this and promote it. I don't feel bad for her at all.
This is also true. They're euthanizing people in Canada now, too. Canada's fucked up.
Exactly. So you know what? Good for Celine Dion. I'm glad she's from Canada. Hopefully this wakes some people up. I hope she makes some more videos, show us more of her stiffness, so we can,
Let's listen to the rest of this.
Couldn't do that. In exchange for hearing company sales pitches, doctors were paid up to $1,500 to attend
You
meetings,
better.
and were treated to
Wow,
conferences
that's
at
amazing.
lush resorts, given airfare, hotels, meals, even massages.
Their job was to help Pfizer figure out how best to promote Bextra for the off-label indications.
And it turned out, even when used correctly, Bextra was dangerous, linked to possible heart attacks and strokes, and pulled off the market. Although it's a record punishment, Pfizer has plenty of company. In the last 8 years, drug manufacturers have paid over $11 billion in penalties for everything from off-label promotions to overcharging Medicare for drugs.
There's so much money to be made in selling pills to the American public and advertising and selling the latest, newest product that people get crazy and they cut corners and they cheat and they get caught sometimes.
And they get caught
sometimes. Every penny it spends pitching doctors, some believe that should be required of all drug companies. Charlie?
Lisa Stark reporting from Washington.
This is from ABC News, guys. This is from ABC News. Like, where are we now? Where has the time gone? And where has the world gone to? It's fucking
they
nuts.
Only sometimes get caught. That's why. Now it's no times. And now they have Twitter, backing them up.
Only sometimes. So that was it. Like, okay, so nothing too exciting about Pfizer, just Pfizer being dumb as fuck and like tweeting out something that was completely stupid. And now they're just making fun, like everybody's just making fun of them. They're a fucking joke, basically. Oh shit. Oh my god. I just saw something in the Pfizer link thing.
Yep.
Right here.
Yep.
Goddamn.
Telling you, it's a side effect. She really trusted the science, and now She's having to live with the consequences of all that trash.
Whoops.
So again,
that's
fucked.
I
don't feel bad at all. I really don't. And not even a smidge. Not even a bit of sadness.
It's weird because, like I said, like I struggle with that. I do. I really do struggle.
You're very empathetic. That's sweet. And I'm an empathetic person too, but not to these fucking fools.
I know. I try to like mitigate like who I'm being empathetic towards, because like you know the saying, like, don't throw pearls at swine kind of thing. A lot of people don't really deserve your empathy, but it's hard for me to not. Patrick G for $1.99 says, I'm salty, never trusted media, spoiler alert. Yeah, and I've never trusted the media either, dude. Everybody loves Lila. Love Lila. Yeah, I mean it's tough. It's tough. It's hashtag rigged is trending, you guys. That's great. Fucking masks is trending. I swear to God, if this thing comes back, that's the one thing. Like I'm over it. Like no way. So some masks is trending. Why is masks trending? This is all true. Okay, no. So that thing too crazy mess. Okay, that's fine. YouTube, I'm just trying to figure out why masks is trending, okay? Not like, I'm not saying this, even though I agree with him. I'm not saying that. Okay, no. I don't know.
This is great. You know what? Tides are changing. Look at how differently the trending section on Twitter is than it was just a couple weeks ago. So more and more people are going to be coming out with their sob stories, and I'll be there to tell them, too bad, so sad. I'm gonna eat some chips.
I love
I'm
it.
looking forward to it. I think this is great.
Okay. Hang on. Oh, okay. Hang on. And I mean, okay, to be fair, Maxime Bernier had been saying stuff like this for a while, but from Maxime Bernier, the ongoing COVID deceptions, how ruling elites lied about mask and mask mandates, from ongoing COVID deceptions. Like this is an article that he's posted. You should have done more, Maxine. You should have done more. And you didn't, so you can go fuck yourself. He's just so you know, he's like a Canadian politician. He ran for the opposition party, but didn't win because, well, he's an idiot like everybody else. Oh, you're so cute. I just saw that you tweeted out that you're live. I like your big black mic.
Yeah, my big black mic.
Okay, let's see. Is there anything else going on that let's see. Oh, okay. I was trying to see if there's anything else interesting that we can talk about, but I don't see anything else too interesting going on.
I have a lot of interesting things, but I feel like then I'd open up this can of worms and we'd be in here forever.
Like what? Name one.
Did you hear about the Idaho murders in Moscow, Idaho?
No, what happened?
Okay, I'm going to tell you about it because I went to Washington State University in Pullman, which is 7 miles away from the University of Idaho. And I spent a lot of time in the University of Idaho. But about a month ago, these 4 university students, they lived in like a 6-bedroom apartment, or it was a house, were all murdered with a knife in their bedrooms, and they still haven't found who the killer is.
Just and that's it? That like
Yeah, I'm just I've been following on this Facebook crime scene page.
When was this happen? That what happened?
Yeah, look it up on. You can look on Twitter. Just go Idaho murders. It'll pop right up.
Idaho murders. I mean, I'm sure there's more than one murder.
This was like the biggest one.
Cops warned that killer of University of Idaho students could strike again.
Yeah.
During this week's commencement. Oh no! So what is this, like a serial killer?
Also, there were two of the roommates were there. Two weren't murdered, so 2 were unharmed. So while 4 of their roommates were getting murdered, they were unharmed.
Why were they unharmed?
We don't know.
Ooh, this sounds great. I mean, not great, but
it's something to look into.
That didn't sound good from me. I was like, oh, this is not great at all. People are dying.
The reason why I found it so fascinating is, like, you know how, like, they have that Jeffrey Dahmer out. Were we talking about this? I refuse to watch it because I feel like it's just so demonic.
I watched it. It was fucking awful. Don't watch it.
Right? And now we have this happening.
Dude. Well, I mean, technically that was a while ago. This is now. This is creepy. Okay, so it says under pressure to find a killer who murdered 4 college kids last month. Warned locals and visitors to be careful Saturday. Winter commencement festivities got underway. Authorities cautioned that those in the area stay vigilant and travel in groups during the celebrations because the killer is still on the loose. And so what is this guy? Is this a serial killer? Like, I mean, technically not really a serial killer yet. He's just a murderer.
Those are all the roommates in that picture, and the 4 that died are the ones that are circled. This is awful. I feel bad for this.
Yeah, okay, wait. Were these fuckers high, like, when this happened?
It was a 3-story house. So they were on the first floor.
No, but were they high? Like, were they smoking anything? Any drugs involved? I don't know anything about this case. This is crazy. Because usually when there's drugs involved, well, I mean, it gets dicey. They were all killed early morning. Wow. The case remains a mystery. This is crazy.
I spent so much time in Moscow, Idaho. I mean, the only Taco Bell was in Moscow. So we would drive the 7 miles just to go to the Taco Bell that was over there.
Do you have any theories? Like, do you have any, like, inclinations? Do you think, like what do you think? Do you know much about this case?
I don't even have a theory on any of it, actually. I just think it's scary.
That's fucking nuts. That is scary. Okay, on a lighter note, Jack Dorsey is trending.
Why is he trending?
And people are pointing out that he lied to Congress, like him.com here, talking about he lied under oath. He did lie under oath.
Social media is being rigged to censor conservatives. Is that true of Twitter?
No.
Liar.
I don't know what Twitter is up to. It sure looks like to me that they're censoring people, and they ought to stop it. Are you censoring people?
No.
Liar.
Twitter shadow banned prominent Republicans. Bad. Is that true?
No.
Liar.
So these were statements made by Kevin McCarthy, the House Majority Leader, on Twitter, Devin Nunes on Fox News, and President Trump on Twitter. And I want to place those statements into the record, Mr. Chairman.
Without objection.
I think it's important for people to understand, you know, the premise of this whole hearing and the reason that Twitter somehow, with all the other social media platforms out there, got the singular honor to sit in front of this committee is because there's some implication that your site is is trying to censor conservative voices on your platform. Now, when you tried to explain the shadow banning, as I understand it, you had a system where if people who were following people had some behaviors, that was the trigger that caused you to do the shadow banning. So you were really like an equal opportunity shadow banner, right? You didn't just shadow ban for conservative Republicans. You shadow banned 600,000 people across your entire platform across the globe who had people following them that had certain behaviors that caused you to downgrade them coming up. Is that correct?
Correct.
So this was never targeted at conservative Republicans. This was targeted to a group of 600,000 people because of the people who followed them. And then you determined that wasn't fair, and you corrected that practice. Correct. Is that correct?
Correct.
So just for the record, since you've been singled out as a social media platform before this committee, Twitter undertook no behavior to selectively censor conservative Republicans or conservative voices on your platform. Is that correct?
Correct.
Good. So let the record reflect that, because that's the whole reason supposedly we're here, because House Leader Kevin McCarthy wrote our chairman a letter.
This is crazy, man. He lied.
This is great, though. Look at all the stuff that's trending. This is fantastic.
What a liar.
What is going on with this?
Ooh, the Babylon Bee. Jack Dorsey definitely states that he's never heard of Twitter. Defiantly. He defiantly states he's never heard of Twitter. I've not heard of Twitter. I don't know what. I dissociate myself with this thing called Twitter and any bluebirds. No.
That beard is
right. Videos of CP on Twitter, had over 10 million views. But the website under Jack Dorsey, which I get, and Yoel Roth, was more concerned with censoring doctors who criticized COVID lockdowns, news outlets, and reported true stories about Hunter Biden and President Trump. It's very true. Retweeted. It's crazy, man. Yeah, you got to, like, looking at these hashtags, you can also... Demonic is trending.
What?
Isn't that weird? So why is demonic trending? Do I want to know? I don't know if I want to know. Okay. Definitely don't want to watch that.
Elon Musk just said Twitter is speeding up 41 seconds ago.
Is that what he said? Twitter's speeding up. Good for it. Twitter was warm-tongued to the world. The fuck? Copy Kitty for $5. Thank you. Says, thank you, girls, for caring enough to cover this for us so late. It's kind of scary that apathy regarding the subject is so prevalent. I mean, I agree. I think that it's weird, but it's also like interesting to see these things trending right now. Like it's really interesting to see this trending. It's really interesting to see how many people are hating on this right now. It's really interesting to see this trending.
It's great.
It's interesting to see this kind of stuff trending, but not with a positive spin. Like these are the things that are really interesting. So I'm not really sure. I don't know if apathy is that prevalent. I don't know. I think a lot of people are going to be thinking about this stuff, man. Like really, like, how can you deny? I mean, like, unless you're like completely asleep, like you were saying, Lila, earlier, I don't see how you could deny something like this. If you like, especially if you're like somewhat leaning or you're like centered and you're like, well, I mean, maybe, is it possible? Oh, like maybe, like, you know, if this is true, maybe this is true. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's so many things. I just don't know. Crazy. But I just noticed that it's 4:12 in the a.m.
This is so funny.
I know. I think
You
I'm gonna
like,
call it.
Nina, that we did this like fun little random thing together.
It was so random.
I'm so happy that we did it. It was fun.
I'm so happy that you were able to come hang out with me. It's
Thanks
so
for
much
letting me
fun.
model my new scarf.
It's been very cute.
So cute. And then I saw you going live and I was like, yay!
Yay! I love it.
Streaming with you, Nina. This is so fun.
This was really fun. I don't know if they're gonna have any more stuff drop tomorrow. They're supposed to. But if I go live again, you're more than welcome to join me. I think I'm supposed to go live with a bunch of people for a review of something, but we haven't decided what we're reviewing yet. We might be reviewing the new I can't say that guy's name right now, but the new Pinocchio on Netflix, not the Disney version. The Guillermo del Toro, I think that's what his name is.
Let me know because I love doing this with you. It's so fun.
Yeah, definitely. I will give you a shout the moment the stuff drops. I don't know what time. That's one of the things that's kind of annoying is that like they kind of like drop it out of nowhere and you're like, oh, it's dropping. Okay. So when I figure it out, I'll let you know.
Fantastic.
Oh my God. This is hilarious to me.
Yeah.
This is like a fucking hashtag now. Oh my God. Okay.
That's great.
I would never get the neural link. Are you crazy? I've been a very like hardcore like against I've been talking about how against fucking Neuralink I am for a long time. As much as I like Elon Musk, he scares the shit out of me, and I think he's reverse Flash in disguise. But exactly. Hey, whatever. I mean, we got Jeff Bezos as fucking Lex Luthor. I still think Elon is reverse Flash, and nobody really knows what's going on.
We will see.
Yeah, we will see. Okay, Lila, tell everyone where they can find you before we leave.
You guys can find me at LilaHart.com and then at Love Lila Hart on all social media platforms, and then Lila Hart here on YouTube. Watch my documentary, American History of Voter Fraud. It's still up.
Yay! Yes, and everybody, make sure you're tagging Elon Musk and asking Lila's husband to be free. We must set him free somehow. He's a victim of what the fuck was it? Civil something?
The Civic Integrity Clause.
He's a victim of Civil Integrity Clause, the old Twitter stuff. Yeah. Bashy Washy says, don't you dare dissing Elon, Nina. I'm gonna diss that freaking freak show for all like forever. He went out with Amber Turd. There's a lot to diss. He named his kid fucking a math equation, which now he just calls him X because nobody can pronounce the fucking name. He's insane. Like, socially speaking, Elon Musk is a fucking weirdo. Yes, I said it. Ram Bam says your scarf is beautiful.
Thank you, guys.
Tell everyone where they can find you, Lila.
LilaHart.com.
That's it?
Yeah.
She's got a YouTube channel too, guys. Hold on.
Yeah.
It's here. I have it. I had it pulled up.
And then also December 24th, we're releasing our documentary called World Death Organization that is being released on Fauci's birthday. So
I'm excited about that, Lila. I'm very excited about that release. I know. It's 4 a.m, you guys. I'm tired. Hang on.
Look at us being
Lila Hart. Okay. There's her YouTube channel in the chat. Stop it. No. I'm not getting
monkey chip.
Why am I getting into a fight with you about it? It's not like that's a thing. Okay. Love you guys. I'll be back tomorrow at some point. I don't know what's going on, but I'll be back tomorrow. Thank you, everybody, for being in the chat tonight. If you super chatted, extra thank you. Thank you, everybody. You guys are amazing. Stay tuned for more Twitter files. We will be back, and we will be awesome. You guys are amazing. Wait, let me see. What kind of outro should we do here? We need something funny. Okay, we'll do this one first.
Now would you do me the pleasure of hitting the lights, sir? Whoa. What are all those stains?
Blood, urine, or semen.
Oh, God, I hope it's urine.
For standing up for an LGBTQ2 plus
Salon Selectives presents hair so beautiful you feel like you just stepped out of a salon.
Salon shine, salon selectives, salon glow, salon selectives.
Introducing Salon Selectives, new from Helene Curtis. 4 salon shampoos, 4 salon conditioners. You select the combination that will give you salon beautiful hair.
Salon style.
Feel salon beautiful